Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, Signal here, welcome back to our video. So we got the passives and the abilities for my boy Raiden, who's going to be reworked for the MK Mobile team. That's going to be completed by Scorpion, and we are also waiting to see a Sub-Zero rework reveal, but for now we're going to take a look at Raiden. So first passive, Power Lord. Raiden's successful basics and swipe attacks steal the opponent's power depending on the current combo meter. So I did get something right with the prediction to the point where Raiden, as you're gonna see in the rest of the abilities, is gonna be somewhat centered around power generation and power stealing. And the first passive at level 7 is gonna steal 0.5 power bars for 10 combo meter hits, 1 for 30 combo meter hits, and 1.5 for 50 combo meter hits. A bit ambiguous how this works, but most likely whenever you reach 10 on the combo meter, you're gonna steal 0.5. When you reach the number 30, you're gonna steal 1. And when you reach the number 50, you're gonna steal 1.5. Kind of weird with the 50 type of thing, because you don't really want to go to 50 combo, because 40 it's the maximum amount that gives you damage. Though this might work a bit more weirdly than it seems. We're gonna only be able to find this out whenever we play as a character. Also, I'm not sure how this will work for lower star ratings, because this will not really be a problem, because everybody's got Raiden at 7 stars, and you can get him from the arena store, I guess. But yeah, those values must really suck at lower power, at lower star ratings. Though again, this I don't think will be too big of a problem. Next up, Chain Lightning. I said that they should just move this on the third special because it's related to the third special, so there's absolutely no reason for them to keep this as a passive, but they still kept it as a passive, whatever. Doesn't really make a difference. So the Electroshock is gonna hit tagged out opponents, which is what it did previously, and pretty much the passive ended here. But they added a few new things. They're gonna do additional strikes on the opponent for each 2 absent power bars. And this is very tricky and very weird over here, because it says on the opponent, not on the tagged out opponent necessarily. And it's not very clear about that in the initial description. So if this is additional strikes on the active opponent and not the tagged out opponent, then this opens up a little bit of a possibility of maybe an entertainment purposes damage to the Raiden, where you make sure that the enemy has absolutely no power and you hit the third special for pretty much 20 additional hits. That would be insane. But if this is related to the tagged out opponent and you're getting only the additional hits on the tagged out opponent, that's pretty bad. But yet again, if it works the other way around and the current opponent is getting hit by additional 20 hits of this could be pretty damn interesting. This could be one of the highest damage dealing specials in the game, actually. But yeah, we can only tell how this goes once we see some gameplay and get some hands-on gameplay. Now, it's also gonna have a path that says plus 1.2 starting bars for the, for the Arcane teammates. Yeah, I thought it was gonna be changed to MK teammates, but it's no big deal because all of them are Arcane pretty much, and this does not restrict you from pairing up with Mortal Kombat teammates. And yeah, actually nothing restricts you. And something about the first passive that I kind of forgot to mention here. This is not great, actually, taking a look at this, because at first I was looking at this through the lens of every single MK character can do this, so it's not that big of a deal, but there's gonna be a little nice addition over here. But now Raiden alone can do this. Like, you have to tag in Raiden to get this power stealing, and you kind of want a power steal because we're gonna get to the third passive, which is Flawless Victory. Raiden's gonna give the MK team a little bit of a buff depending on the absent power bursts of the enemy. Now, as a reference, here we have the Sword of Salvation, which is gonna give you at level 10 15% damage for each absent power bar, which is relatively decent, but you're not gonna see this as a damage dealing artifact. Now we got my boy Raiden giving you 60. 15. 64 times the damage that the Sword of Salvation does. and it's gonna go up all the way to 600% damage, so you're most likely not gonna keep all of it up at all times. I think Scorpion also has a power slow, and Sub-Zero might have something to do with that. But yeah, your MK team in theory can get all the way up to 600% damage buff based on the enemy absent power bars. And that is very good if you're gonna keep this buff almost at full power all the fights. Because Scorpion has got dot and hazard dot, and those two things work extremely well with damage buffs. So this has the potential of being extremely strong, though the ways that he personally has to power drain are a bit underwhelming. So yet again, might be a situation of some power slow from Scorpion, some passive from Sub-Zero, and outside of this team, Raiden will not be good at power draining, but all the things combined might make it so that you can constantly and actively power drain the enemy team with this. But he does rely a lot on power drain, and we'll see how that goes. First ability, nothing's changed. Second ability, nothing's changed. Third ability, nothing's changed. Super move, nothing's changed. All of these are the exact goddamn same as they were previously. And this is honestly a bit underwhelming, but at the same time it's fine. They just reworked the passive so he fits all bits on the MK team. I mean, the third special is not really the same because they changed it a bit in the passive, and that might be a little bit stronger. They didn't really put too much effort in the first and second special. And while I would have appreciated if they did that, at the same time, that's fine. I want this to be the standard of rework, but I want reworks more often, because if we would get a rework like this every single month, reworking older characters maybe into a new team, or every 2 months for every character release, I would be extremely happy with this as the benchmark for a reworked character. However, considering we're getting reworks once a year, this kind of sucks, to be honest. We've been waiting 1 year, I think. If it wasn't 2 years, I'm not exactly sure when Classic Wonder Woman was released and the Classic Team rework was released. I think it was 1 year though. The waiting for 1 year for this thing alone, yeah, kind of sucks. Though yet again, if we had more frequency with this, and we would get like half the characters in just mobile that were old and outdated, like reworked in a shorter period of time, I really wouldn't mind this as the benchmark of the bare minimum to do for a rework. But yet again, considering they had 1 year to do this, a little bit sucky in terms of Raiden himself as a character, though he might be a valuable member of the MK team. So that's about it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. Like the if you liked it, dislike if you disliked it. Let me know in the comments what you think about my boy Raiden here. With that being said, I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye!